Hey guys, welcome back to Blender 3D. Now we're going to go through the process of exporting the stylized Crocogun to Godot Game Engine. Okay, let's get started. Before exporting, make sure to apply all the mirror modifiers first. However, a mirror modifier can't be applied if the mesh has shape keys. To solve this, we'll install an additional add-on that lets us apply modifiers even when a mesh contains shape keys. Open Preferences, then go to Get Extensions. Search for and install the Apply Modifier with Shape Keys add-on. This add-on is incredibly useful, so huge thanks to the developer for creating it. Once it's installed, you'll be able to apply mesh modifiers directly from the Shape Keys menu. Before doing that though, let's see what happens if we skip this step. Instead of applying the mirror modifiers, we'll export the model as it is. Export it using the glTF 2.0 format since it's the best option for the Godot engine. Here, if we try forcing the modifiers to apply during export, the mirror modifier will be applied, but the shape keys on the mesh will disappear. Next, open the Godot engine, create a new project. Choose a project name and select where you want to save it. Then import the exported file by simply dragging and dropping it into the project. After that, double-click the file to preview the 3D model. As you can see, the animations were exported successfully. However, there are still several issues, especially on meshes with multiple shape keys and on the long pipe. These problems are caused by a few different factors, so let's go back to Blender and fix them. Before applying modifiers to meshes with shape keys, keep in mind that the shape key drivers will be reset afterward, so it's a good idea to remember or save the current driver settings before applying the modifiers. Let's start with the head mesh. A list of available modifiers for the selected mesh will appear. Since the head mesh only has a mirror modifier, that's the only one listed. Simply check it and click Apply. Then restore the shape key driver settings just like before. Once that's done, repeat the same process for the remaining meshes. After applying the mirror modifiers to all meshes with shape keys, let's export the model again. Then go back to Godot and create a new folder. Import the newly exported file. As you can see, the meshes with applied mirror modifiers and shape keys are now working correctly. The other meshes are still not applied because we left apply modifiers disabled during export. However, the meshes with multiple shape keys and the long pipe are still not behaving correctly. Even though everything looks fine in Blender, there's still one more issue to fix. The problem is that Godot only supports shape keys whose relative to option is set to basis. So let's go back to Blender and change every shape key to use basis as its relative shape. If one of your existing shape keys doesn't work correctly with relative to basis, simply create a new shape key that does. Then copy and paste the driver from the original shape key. After that, remove the old shape key. Finally, export the model again and check the result in Godot. With that, the shape key issue has been resolved. Next, let's fix the issue with the long pipe. As you can see, it doesn't behave the same way it does in Blender. First, apply the modifiers on both cylinders at the ends of the long pipe. Then export and check the results again. As you can see, the problem is still there. The issue is that Blender's B-bones aren't supported by the Godot engine. So first, clear the parent from the long pipe and all of its ornaments. The solution is to convert the B-bones into regular bones. To do that, we'll install another add-on called the Bendy Bone Toolkit. This is another incredibly useful add-on, so a big thanks to the developer for creating it. Once it's installed, open the B-bone Tools panel. Switch to Edit mode and select the B-bone you want to convert. Then run the convert operation. After the conversion, keep the original B-bone selected and disable its deform option. This prevents the original B-bone from deforming the mesh while still allowing it to function as before. Do the same for both the start and end handle bones. Finally, select the original B-bone and the newly converted bones, then clear the parent relationship. Next, switch back to object mode. Select the armature, the long pipe, and all of its ornament meshes. Then switch to pose mode. Select the long pipe bone along with the handle bone. Parent them using with automatic weights. Now the long pipe and its ornaments will be driven by the bones. You'll notice that the ornament meshes also scale together with the long pipe as the bones move. It's not exactly the same as the original Blender setup, but in my opinion, it's a good enough solution and looks very close to the original. After that, export the model again to test it in the Godot engine. Don't forget to enable apply modifiers for the remaining meshes. After testing, the long pipe still isn't working correctly. So let's fix it by adding a limit scale constraint to the long pipe bone. In pose mode, select the long pipe bone and add a limit scale bone constraint. Set both the minimum and maximum values to 1. You can immediately see the difference between a bone with a limit scale constraint and one without it. Then copy the same constraint to the remaining long pipe bones using copy to selected. This keeps the bones at a constant scale, preventing them from stretching or shrinking as they move. Then export the model again and test it in the Godot engine. After checking the result, you can see it's still different from what we have in Blender. It seems that using B-bones in Blender and exporting them to the Godot engine simply won't produce identical results. That's because B-bones aren't natively supported in Godot. Or maybe there's a better solution that I just haven't discovered yet. So if you know a better way to solve this, feel free to share it in the comments. It might help both me and everyone else watching this tutorial. And with that, we've reached the end of this stylized Crocogun weapon tutorial series. Thank you so much to everyone who watched this video, or even the entire series from beginning to end. I hope I can keep bringing you even better tutorials in the future. If you enjoyed this series and haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, you can really help support the channel by leaving a like and sharing the videos. Thanks again for watching, and see you next time.